It is very dark in here. So, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ben. I'm a photographer and filmmaker based in North Wales. This video has nothing to do with any of that. So this is my little car, Skoda Fabia 1.6TDI. And we're doing a few little service bits on it today because I'm getting ready to sell it. All my life I've been a bit mad for rally. And with that, growing up in the 90s, I've always been a bit mad for Subaru. And the time has finally come where I can actually realistically afford to get whatever car I really want within reason. So I'm currently in the process of trying to import a Subaru Forester, not an old early noughties STI or anything. One day maybe. I'm aiming for a roughly 2012 to 2015 SJG Subaru Forester. I am aiming for the XT model. It's 2 litre petrol, turbocharged. And this is the car I've wanted for quite some time, and hopefully the car that I'll be using for quite some time as well. I would like to start doing a few little bits of work to it. I haven't decided on the car just yet. I've just paid my deposit through an auction website, which I'll show you in a bit. But in the meantime, this is going to need to get sold at some point. With an import, especially from Japan, it can take quite a while to get here. It could be anywhere from 4 to 12 weeks or something. So yeah, I'll still be daily running this little thing, but I'm looking to start getting it ready, start getting it prepped for a sale. Helicopter. Also got a brand new set of Ratchet spanners yesterday, so cannot wait to get to use those for the first time. So yeah, we're not doing anything too major today. It had its MOT only about 5 weeks ago. Brakes are in absolute top nick. So really all we're doing today is filters, doing air filter, cabin filter, oil filter, and with that an oil change as well. So first thing we need to do, open the bonnet and get the thing jacked up. So there we go, there's the disc. It's looking pretty nice and smooth. There's not much of a lip on the side either. And I thought I'd just show you the brakes really, take the wheels off. Yeah, the pads have, I don't know if you can see it there, they've got plenty left on them still as well. So yeah, brakes are not really a concern for this service. But yeah, very often taking the wheels off, it just gives you much better access to everything else, and you can have a proper look around as well. So I thought I might as well. Right then, let's get the bonnet popped. Oh, don't suppose they fold in either. If you're wondering about these little lights, by the way, these are made by Small Rig. I did a video about them, link up there. Yeah, they're great. They've got magnets on either side, which as opposed to the aperture lights and most others, means that you can hang them basically off the side either way, and if you got more than one, they'll just snap together to give you a big panel. Perfect for this kind of job. Okay, so first job, oil pan. We need to empty the oil sump. So let's get down there. I think it's a 14mm I need. So first things first, we're going to open up the oil cap to release any pressure in there. There we go. Get that off. I'll just leave it like that for now, just so we have some sort of airflow. Okay, next job, we need to get rid of this guard underneath. So there's just a load of Torx screws, look like T10s maybe. So yeah, need to get that off to be able to access the sump plug. I was way off, these are T20s. Okay. Oh, it is raining. I'm glad I'm in here. There we go. I am well aware, by the way, that this looks pretty scummy. Basically, when was it? September 2020, had my first big job of the year because of the pandemic. Drove to Manchester 2 days in a row, and on the second day I could smell fumes from somewhere. I assumed it was another car on the road or something. But we got to Salford Docks where we were working. My mate was luckily working with mechanics there. I popped the hood to have a look and took the engine cover off. There was a mouse nest nestled in amongst my fuel injectors, and during the process of making this nest, it had ripped apart half of the foam off the engine cover, and it had also chewed through one of the diesel overflow pipes as well. So the engine bay was just flooded with diesel. It was grim. Managed to get it back home with a bit of a sort of off the cuff DIY jobby, but then I had to order the parts and refit the whole rig myself. I did manage to get a new, well, second-hand engine cover. The old one was just, the foam was saturated with diesel. You were not getting that out. Managed to give it a good old clean. I had probably 2 bottles of sugar soap in this stuff here. So I got the job done. I'm constantly checking now as well to make sure no more mice or voles or anything have found their way into my nice warm engine bay. So I think it's nearly lunchtime actually. Yeah, let's do that.
2 hours later.
I am fed and watered. Now it's time to get back under the car. The eye tracking actually still works with these on. That's pretty cool. I'm going to switch to the GoPro just because I'm a bit limited for space. Let's go. Okay, so I've got everything I need ready, set up. Just got my oil pan on the floor, got the ratchet and the 19mm socket. Generally speaking, almost all, I think all the oil sump plugs that I've had to take out before have been 19mm. It's just a sort of industry standard. So let's get under there and get this oil out of the car. So there's the sump plug right there. Oil pan is right here. Just going to get it loose to start with. This might take a little bit of force. That was a bit easier than I thought. So, pan in place. And then by hand, I'll start loosening it further. There we go. So, nice clean stream. It's obviously not too gulpy or anything. It's not too viscous. It's relatively clean, really, to be fair. I think I've done just over 10,000 miles since I last changed this. So, now, this is very important as well, why you open the oil filler cap up at the top, so you get a nice clean stream. Otherwise it'll just be sort of dripping and stuff. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully it won't overflow. It shouldn't do. Yeah, it's coming into an end now. So I'll move it a little further this way. And yeah, we'll just let it completely drain. So at this stage it's almost empty, really. Got a few breaks in the stream. We'll let it go until it's basically just dripping, and then we'll get a fresh sump plug back in there with a new washer as well. And then we'll have a look at the oil filter. Okay, I'm sure that'll do. Got fresh plug and washer. I'll just start screwing that in. Get some of the excess oil out off there, because we don't want that dripping either on the driveway or the garage floor. Okay, move our pan out of the way without spilling anything, and then we can go about tightening it up again. One thing I'm waiting on here, I've ordered it, it's not arrived yet, is a torque wrench. Wanted one for ages, finally ordered one, Tang Tools one. And it's just taken forever to arrive, but we'll crack on. One thing you don't want to do with these is over tighten it so you can't get the oil back out again, but you also don't want it to be too loose. I'm sure that'll do. Done. Now we'll do the oil filter. Okay, so all cars are different, obviously, but in this one the oil filter is down behind there. So to access it, what we need to do is just pop this wire off, keep it under there, and then we just need a T30 to remove this bracket. Which we'll do now. put that somewhere safe. And then this whole assembly should be able to just tuck itself over there somewhere. That'll do. So that gives us access to the filter. We need a, which one is it? I think it's a 32. Yeah, 32mm socket to reach that. So I'll get that set up now. So 32mm socket with an extension as well. Should be able to get that on there. Just start unscrewing it. Always have a rag handy. So now that should be loose. We should be able to pull this out through here. There we go. Spilt just a little bit on the wire back there. Mop that up. So I've just gone with a Crossland filter to replace this one. You'll see the difference immediately. That is how this started its life. There we go. That is pretty grim. And I'm just going to drop that down here for now. And I'm just going to mop up any excess off here. Really, I should have some blue roll, but I ran out a little while ago. That'll do. Now then, I need to get the old seals off here and here, because we have brand new ones with the new filter. So give everything a nice wipe down. So, new O-rings. What we'll do with these is just get a little bit of the old oil. Just on the fingertip, just to lubricate this new seal a little bit. And then that can go straight on. There we go, that's sitting nicely. Then you'll have another two. One is slightly bigger than the other one. The really little one goes right on the end. So, a bit of oil on there. Slide it over. Yeah, come on. There we go. And then it's just the tiny little one, which goes right on the end. Okay, there we go. So we've got large, medium and small O-rings back on there. And the filter can slot back on. I believe it goes that way. No, maybe not. That way. It should click into place, he says. There we go. Then we can slot that back in. We can start screwing it in by hand, and then we'll get the ratchet back on there. That's it, job done. And we just need to reattach this bracket, trying not to drop anything. Ugh. It's nice and secure. Pop this hose back in place. There we go, job done. So now we've come to the best bit, putting fresh oil in. Do make damn sure that you're getting the right grade oil. Don't put the wrong stuff in your car. Also do definitely make sure that you've definitely put the sump plug back in. I've heard stories of people trying to refill their oil, wondering why the level isn't going up. Yeah, make sure you put the plug back in first. So, oil cap off. This is my makeshift funnel. Leftover milk bottle. Fits perfectly in the nozzle. And then we'll start filling up. So, I've already started on this bottle. This engine takes, I think, around 4.5 litres. So, it'll take everything that's in this one. Just check for leaks. Nope, we're good. So that's about 3 litres that was left in that bottle. So with these 4 litre bottles, that'll be another 1/4 to 1/2 of a bottle. That's about 4 litres. We'll just let that settle a little bit and then we'll check our level. Really, you're best doing this once the car is back level again on flat ground, off the jacks. Let's see how that's looking. It's looking pretty good right now, so I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll get the engine running, get it running through the filter, filling that up, and then once it's back outside again later, I'll check it again, see if it needs any more. Right then, next job. So, next job is change the air filter. So, need some grips to start with to get this clip off. There's the intake, and then we need some Torx screws removing. Let's see if they're the same T30. Nope, T20 I think. These clips are a pain, but they need to come out. Come on. There we go.
all of them? No, must be one more. But where is it? There must be one more screw somewhere. Oh, yeah, got it. I remember now, I need the bendy extension. There we go. And there is our air filter. You might not think it looks too bad from there. Looks fairly light still. But when we compare it to the new one, you can see really just how dirty it is. So, out with the old. Do be sure that the little O-ring is attached inside there. So this filter just slots in and then twists in clockwise that way. And then we can put it straight back in. We don't really need to clean in the inside, it's pretty clean already. Get these out of the way. Snug in place. And then we can start screwing it back down. I'm going to start with this end one. Some of the screws are slightly longer than others. Okay, that's all of them. And just before I tighten them right down, I'm just going to go over a little WD-40, lube them up a little bit. Hopefully stop them from rusting too much more. Get right underneath them. So I've tightened all the screws down. I've got my sensor plugged back in. Then hose is back on. Just need to tighten it in the right place. This way. There we go. That's solid, not moving. That's the air filter done. So there's one issue I ran into with the air filter, which is that I dropped the straw off my WD-40. And you might be able to just about see the end of it right down there. I'll put an arrow on the screen. I don't think I'm getting that back. Success. I found my straw. That only took 15-20 minutes. Okay, so that is job done in the engine bay. So what we need to do now is get the undercover bottom panel reattached, get the wheels back on, get back on the ground, and then we'll sort out the cabin filter, which will probably be much easier to do outside. done. Now, the very last job is the cabin filter. So I've got my new one here. First we need to get the old one out. So this is a Mk2 Fabia. Is it Mark 2 or 3? It's Mark 2, I think. Anyway, underneath where the glove box is, we'll go underneath, and this bit of carpet insulation will just pull out basically, and the cabin filter is right here. So there's two slides that we just slide down to the middle and out it comes. So there's the old one. Let's get the new one out. And look at the difference in these. Night and day. So these will go in either way really. Check up here to make sure there's no loose debris or anything. Sometimes it can be quite damp, but it seems quite dry. I'm going to tap the excess out of there. I'll have to do this two-handed. Gonna shove it up there. It will go. There we go. Cover back on. And then slide the clips back over. There we go. I think that's it. There's one clip. There's two clips. Done. And we just need to put the insulation back in place. It'll just tuck under. And that is basically it. Job's a good one. Look at that. Perfect.
Okay, so that is basically it. Done. We've done oil change, oil filter to go with it, and air filter and cabin filter. Always good to get the wheels off, just have an actual proper look at the brakes, and they're all looking good. So yeah, hopefully, I know you may have noticed it needs a clean. I will be getting on that. There's a mate of mine who actually is starting up a detailing business, so the plan might be to leave it as dirty as possible to get some real before and after photos. But yeah, I'll be doing some content for him, I think, so you'll probably see that on the channel. And yeah, I'm gonna start bidding this weekend. It's Saturday today, paid my deposit yesterday, so I'm gonna start bidding on some Foresters tonight, I think. Honestly, I cannot wait. I've been longing after a Subaru for years and years and years. My dad actually used to have a Turbo Sport Forester that was in 2000, 2001. That was also an import from Japan. Yeah, I can't wait. If you're interested, do be sure to hit subscribe to follow along. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. If you've got a little Skoda, that's a relatively easy, quick little basic service. Especially things like cabin filter and the air filter, anyone can do it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go and wash my hands, have a cup of tea, and start editing this video, I suppose. So until the next one, be good, stay safe, get working on your cars, and I'll see you in the next video.